Good morning, everybody. Happy Saturday. Made it to Saturday. I want to do a reading for y'all today from my new deck that I made, the Wild Fate Energy Oracle deck. And this is available on my Etsy store at brightvibeoraclesplus.etsy.com for $19.95. And today's reading is really wow. It's a very positive one, but it's a reminder that you need to take care of yourself. So we're gonna go ahead and start. I got my mojo juice, my coffee right here, because that's what really makes it all happen. Those of you that know me, you're gonna be laughing. You're gonna be like, that's her with her coffee. And have a beautiful candle that some friends of mine gifted me with earlier in the year, so I absolutely love it. But anyway, let's get going. This is the first card that I drew. Go into the wild and recharge. So, as I've said with this deck and my first deck that I made too, which was the Free Spirit Everyday Oracle, and some of you have that, and thank you to those of you who purchased it from me. But so this is this deck and the other deck. These are all about your intuition and your discernment. There's no book that goes with it. There's no like complicated stuff or whatever. It's all about what you interpret it to mean. So like even if, when I'm doing a reading for you and I'm giving you my take on it and what I feel like it's about, if something else jumps out at you, then grab it because that's what's meant for you. I'm just giving you my opinion on it, but it might mean something completely different to you. So if it does, don't listen to me. Listen to your heart, your gut, your instincts, because that's going to be spirit talking to you. And that's what really matters. Okay, so my interpretations. So this is about getting away from all the busy, and maybe taking a break from the electronics for a little bit because we all can get pretty inundated with all that stuff. So this speaks to me, and when I did the card, about nature, and especially if you are an empath, if you're empathic, you need that. You need that time in nature to recharge and get away from everybody, even people you love. You still need a chance to recharge, rejuvenate, and to kind of de-people for a little bit. Get that quiet, where spirit can speak to you, where you can listen to your heart. And sometimes it can be hard for us to tell what our heart is telling us and what the world is telling us, what our friends, what our family is telling us. And we need to get back to what we are thinking and feeling and believing. So this is card number 1. I got 3 more to go. This is just the first one. They all really flow together. So the second one, and I'm sorry, I'm a little bit hoarse this morning. The allergies are starting to get to me a bit, I think. But here's our second card. You are pure wild magic. And this is a remembrance and a reminder to you that you are amazing and special and wonderful, and don't let anybody drag you down or tell you different. That no matter what's going on in your life, no matter what you might be hearing from anyone else around you, this is you. You are pure wild magic. You are such a wonderful person, and don't let anybody take that away from you, okay? And I really feel led to talk about validation. In fact, some of you know that I do have a podcast, and I'm thinking of actually doing one on that. But a lot of times we look for that outward validation from other people, and this is to remind you the only validation you need is inside yourself. Because ultimately, if you have to be your own best friend, honey, do it. Because a lot of times, we're the only ones that really know ourselves. And yet we look to everybody else to define us and tell us we did a good job. And, we kind of look to them as our mirror. That's just what came to me. We look to them as our mirror. And this should not be. Your mirror is your heart. Always remember that. Your mirror is your heart. You are your own validation. You be you. You be true to you. And if anyone doesn't like it, then they can go somewhere else. If they don't like what they see, if they don't like what your mirror is reflecting, then they can go look in their own, because they probably need to. But anyway, ooh, I'm spicy this morning. I must have. Did I get some extra caffeine in my coffee? I don't know. But anyway, so that's card number 2. Card number 3 flows right along with it. Be brave and fly free. And what I put on my intro card in this deck is be brave enough to fly and be happy. You know, are you brave enough to be happy? And that's really a big question, because if you're not happy, it can take some bravery to get to that point where you're happy. And if you're not happy, then what are we doing this all for? You know, what are we even doing it for? Happiness, people downplay happiness. Oh, I gotta work. Oh, I gotta pay the bills. Yes, you do. But there should be a way where you can do both. Because if you're in some job that's just killing your soul to have to do it every day, that's not going to work either. Because you spend more time at your job than you do at home most of the time. Or even if you happen to work from home, you know, you have to devote so much time to that. You know, and we have to just, you know, to pay the bills, but you need to be happy. But anyway, I digress. This is about being brave and flying free. And this also means, you know, anything that's tying you down, anything, like, I know we just talked about a job, but anything that's tying you down, whether it's a hobby, you know, something you kind of got yourself stuck into and now you just kind of have to do it and you don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. And again, if you're an empath and you're bad about that, I know, because I am too, and you don't want to hurt anybody's feelings, it's hard to tell people no, and that can wreak havoc on your life, and your home relationships too. So don't be afraid to stand up for yourself. And, you know, sometimes people need to be told no, even people that you love, you know, because you can get taken for granted really easy. So this card is kind of about being brave enough, like I said, being brave enough to be happy, being brave enough to fly free of anything that's holding you back. Whether it's, you know, relationships, friends, a job, a hobby, some kind of extracurricular activity that you've inadvertently got yourself involved in, because that's happened to me quite a few times, from not wanting to say no or not wanting to hurt somebody's feelings. So take that little card to heart and fly free. And I decided to pull an additional card, and this one goes right along with the others. I promise I did not sit and handpick these. They couldn't have been more perfect. Release what no longer serves you. And I'm not going to go any more into that because I just went into it with the other card. Like I said, it all goes together. This is just kind of confirmation to you that if you're wondering about that, wonder no more. Here's your sign right here. Release it. Let it go. Like that feather flying off in the wind. Just be like, gone. You know, we put ourselves last. You are very important. You know, you are, especially if you are a nurturer, you're a caregiving person, you love people, you take care of everybody else. Well, who's going to take care of you? So self-care is super duper important. And you have to kind of just put your foot down sometimes and be like, hey, look. And if you want to look at it this way, look at it like this. I have to take care of myself so that I can take care of all of y'all, you know? Because that's true. If you get run down, or you're in a hospital, or you're just so beat down by the world and everything going on around you that you can't do anything for anybody else either. So you have to put yourself first, not to be selfish, but you do have to think about that. So release what no longer serves you. Release relationships that don't serve you. If you need to go find you a new job, if you need to tell somebody, hey, I can't do this every day anymore like I said I could, because I was trying to be nice and didn't want to hurt your feelings and then you needed help, but it's driving me crazy, you know. So sometimes we have to do that. So don't be afraid. So this whole spread today, this is all about you and taking care of yourself. So I have a little something extra for you today, just for the fun of it. So I do some with tarot. I do more with oracle, and I've not made any tarot decks, so I can't claim this. This is not mine, but I will show you in case you want to look it up and buy one. This is called the Cat Tarot. I love cats, and a very good friend of mine, such a dear friend, she gifted this to me. I absolutely love it. It's the cutest thing in the world. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to give them a little extra treat, and I'm going to pull a card from this deck and see what we get. So I did. And I got the Ten of Cups. And this is so cute. Look at that little kitty cat. She's looking at all those bowls and she's thinking, I could put all kinds of food in there. It makes me feel so good. She's like, you can just see the wheels turning. The wheels turn in her head. But so basically you've got a rainbow here, and you've got, it looks like lots of good feelings, lots of good stuff. So this is an end to hard times is what this means, especially regarding family. There's a lot of happiness ahead, and you want to think more about togetherness and not competition. So, I mean, that's nice too. So, you know, there's lots of sunny days, lots of good things ahead. And I kind of feel like it goes with this, because if you follow all of these, you know, self-care and take care of yourself and let go of any bad stuff, then you're making way for good stuff too. And I'll tell you another thing too, and yeah, I'm a little talky this morning, but it's okay. It's all good. And I don't know, some of you may know what I'm talking about, some of you may not. But, you know, whatever our vibe is, we tend to attract that. And so if you are bogged down by negative, depressing stuff that's got you in a funk, guess what kind of vibe and what kind of people and what kind of experiences you're going to attract to yourself. So that's another good reason to try to bring yourself up, because those negative vibes, negative frequencies and all, it attracts negative things to you. And I'm going to speak a little further on that too, because I believe they're negative entities. And guess what? They search that stuff out. But likewise, when you're able to put yourself in a more positive mind frame, you raise that frequency, you raise your vibe, and guess what? You're attracting higher minded people, higher experiences, and the negativity and stuff has a lot harder time reaching you, because it can't survive in that atmosphere of happiness and joy and love and positivity. It's like, ugh, I don't like that. So just a little thought. But that said, I am signing off. I hope you enjoyed today's reading. Come visit me on my Etsy store. My Etsy store. Come visit me on my Etsy store, and y'all might be able to help me with something too. I'm trying to decide, and I might make a little separate video about it later, but if you're still here and you're still listening to this video, thank you. But I'm trying to decide on what I should do next in my store, because like I said, I have several other card decks that I have that I can print. I also want to get into making essential oil mixes and selling them. So I'm trying to decide if I should do a new card deck or if I should focus on getting some oils put out. So if you have any comment on that, leave me a little note. Let me know. I'd like to see what you think. But all right, I love y'all. Mwah. I hope you have a great day. If you like coffee, I hope you have happy coffee or happy tea or whatever it is you like to drink. And have a wonderful week. Make sure you get that self-care in. And I will see y'all later. Meow. Bye-bye.